We off?
30 seconds of carefree bliss.
Oof, like wind in your hair carefree.
Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree.
Yes!
Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox carefree.
He's on a roll now.
Spit toothpaste on the faucet.
You got it. You got it.
Peanut butter on the light switch.
Oh, spritz, spritz.
Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good.
Okay, we're back.
Use as directed.
Shopping is hard, right? But there's a better way. Stitch Fix online personal styling makes it easy. I just give my stylist my size, style, and budget preferences. I order boxes when I want and how I want. No subscription required. And she sends just for me pieces, plus outfit recommendations and styling tips. I keep what I love and send back the rest. It's so easy. Personal styling for everyone. Get started today at stitchfix.com/Spotify. That's stitchfix.com/Spotify.
She fluent in that cash talk. Walk in the booth like Naomi on the catwalk. And tell them bitches whoop whoop from the Jaguar. It ain't even right though. Push me and I might go. She ain't getting money. I'm like, what the fuck the hype for? When them bitches bite flow, make my appetite go. Poof, gone, voila, magic. Looking mad good just to pull up on them rampant.
Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I am Mecca.
And I am Jamila.
It's another week, another day, another dollar, another Monday. But you're probably not hearing this till Thursday because that's when the episodes drop. It's been an eventful week for us.
It's been an very eventful week for us. Yes, darling. Yes.
Yes. But we're still here. You know, you can't shake me. You can't kill a bad bitch. Where is Miss Keisha at? That was a pop culture. That was shit. Speaking of, that was a black pop culture moment. Literally. You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch. Because why is you 7 years old talking like that?
She ate that.
Honestly, that's how I acted when I was her age. So let me not say too much.
I'm not surprised one bit.
I never cursed in front of my parents, so only around my cousins. You want to hear something funny? I was like, as much as I come off like very, I was always so well behaved around adults. So my aunties and stuff didn't even believe that I cursed. Like for years, like I would act like that around my cousins.
Facade.
And I would get around the adults and be like, "Can I please have this, ma'am?" I would that's why I feel like I'm so good at code switching because I've really been doing that shit for like my entire life. Then I would get around the kids, "Bitch, fuck you and your mama, stupid bitch."
Terrorizing children as soon as you leave adult supervision. Exactly.
And that was Darrington problem. He didn't know how to do the switch.
Right. He was like, I'm bad all around.
Bitch, fuck you.
Just bad. Yeah, he bad
Just
to the bone.
bad. Oh, I'm not sorry. My mom, she would never let us call kids bad. Darrington was rambunctious.
That boy was bad.
Darrington was absolutely bad. Darrington was bad. Fun fact, Darrington had the second most detentions at Sac High his freshman year because he would do stupid shit. He would do shit like, I remember one time he got a P10, which was what our detention was, because he went up next to the teacher and farted.
Now,
and walked away, like just terrorizing. Like, why are you acting like that?
Like, have you lost your damn mind? Have you ever been sent to detention or been suspended?
I was sent to detention in high school. When I went to Kennedy, I had detentions for each time. So I was at Kennedy for 3 years. I was at Sac High for 1 year. I got P10 one time, and I was new to that school, so I had on a sweater, and I didn't know that we couldn't wear sweaters without patterns. So that was completely like just Sac High is jail. I don't know if it's
was
still
it
fucking
uniform.
Yeah, it was a uniform school.
Oh.
And the colors were purple, black, and white. And my sweater was purple with white polka dots. Apparently, it couldn't have a fucking pattern on it. I didn't know that.
God.
And they would keep the school cold as shit.
So they sent you to detention for that?
They sent me, because they hate black children at that school. Yeah. Sacramento High School is Rikers Island.
Damn.
Kevin Johnson don't know what the fuck he's got going on, but it's jail. Don't know if it's still like that, but it was like that in 2013. Okay. And then at Kennedy, I got detention one time from PE because I wouldn't run the mile. I just got my hair flat on.
I'm crying. One thing about me and
my
PE,
teacher's name? He was Mexican. His name was Mr. Scorsa. Oh, bro. And mind you, I didn't even used to get my hair flat on like that. So, and I sweat for my root. I say this all the time. That's why I cut my hair now. And he said, if you don't run the mile, you got to go to detention. I said, Well, Coach.
I'll eat that.
Coach Scorza. I gotta go.
I'll eat that. That's crazy. I don't think I ever got in trouble for not doing my PE things because I never did them. I've never been athletic. Whenever it came time to do the mile, I'm walking it. It's given 15 minutes. I'm not running this shit.
I would be walking the mile. My shit would take 23.
I'm walking it straight, and I'm trying to be
when
cute.
I say I would be moseying, I would not. But I was a chunky. I was a rounder little girl,
baby.
But
I was walking and trying to be cute. You better be lucky I didn't tie that shirt up in the front. I was a little. I wanted. To be fast
I loved
so
when the
bad.
girls did that.
I loved
when the girls did that.
I could never fully commit, but I always wanted to be fast. I loved when the fast girls would do their things like. You guys
that is such like a what is that? A Black middle school experience. I can't run the mile because I just got my hair done. I can't do this because of this. I gotta tie the shirt up in the back to be cute. I remember one time we were doing sit-ups and I farted and everyone heard it. It just slipped out.
Woo! Damn,
you know
bitch.
how it went with someone holding my feet. And my teacher, Mr. Barrick at San Brennan, shout out Mr. Barrick. He's like, dang, Mecca, are you okay?
Oh my God.
It was loud as fuck.
Him bringing
too.
more attention to it is insane. Like, actually, how about I hang myself in front of everybody?
I mean, I've always been who I am. So although I was extremely embarrassed, I also thought it was funny as fuck because the way it slipped out, I had no control of my bowels at that point in time.
Like farting doing a sit-up is so funny because it's like, I know you couldn't help it. I know that thing just...
Because when you're doing the sit-up, you crunching your stomach and the air had escaped.
Like, actually, that's exactly what I needed. I did have a tummy ache.
Yeah, my stomach was hurting. Thank you.
Oh my God. I think I had detention a lot, but it was always for like, I don't know, dumb shit or grades. Because we had this thing in high school where like, if your grades drop below a certain point, you would have to like go to a certain part. Like you can only eat lunch for like 10 minutes and then you would have to go to like a detention to like do your work. I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? So I had that a couple of times. I forgot what they called it. I had ISS a couple of times I don't remember why I had ISS. It was probably for talking when there was a substitute, just the regular.
Yeah.
But I did get suspended once.
What'd you get suspended for, Jamila?
I got suspended the last day of 8th grade.
You showed your ass.
So
did that mean it carried into the first couple days of high school?
No, it didn't. Like, because the schools were not connected. They didn't even.
Okay, because usually if they were connected, that's what would have happened.
Yeah, it was literally just that.
I think Darrington had to do it.
I'm not surprised. So basically, there was this teacher. I'm gonna say her name because I don't know. Hey, Miss Procaccini, I'm so sorry I did this to you. I was just bad.
So
I don't know
was
what to say.
in the wrong. What'd you do?
I was dead the fuck wrong. I was dead the fuck wrong. But every time I think about it, I still laugh to this day. So I was in 8th grade, and me and my friend at the time, Courtney, it was a white girl, we were like doing pranks like in the school, right? What we considered to be pranks. They were stupid. We did not like this teacher, Miss Procaccini. We thought she was rude. And I'm not gonna lie, Miss Procaccini, I am sorry, but you was a bitch. Like, no shade. Like, you was a bitch, sister. Like, you was mean. And I ain't like that. And she was my math teacher. So for like a week straight for the last week of school, we were like throwing shit away from her desk. Like, just being petty. Like, throw this pen away.
What did you throw away that was important to her?
Okay, so the second to last day that I did it, I threw away her water bottle, right? I'm like, I feel like that's like, we was really tested. I'm like, damn, she didn't even peep. So like every time, like we would not get in trouble. So obviously one thing about me, I take shit too far.
Too far. What'd you do? What'd you throw away? Jamila.
I threw away her glasses.
Jamila!
But listen. Let me tell you guys how this happened because okay, so
what?
Let me I didn't understand how serious it was because I've been not diagnosed, but like I've been told that I need glasses since 4th grade. I just never wear them.
She can't drive with her glasses. She's like me. She can't drive with her glasses.
Listen.
Jamila.
I didn't realize that everybody was not like me. I thought people were just choosing to wear their glasses. I didn't realize that there were some people that literally could not see without them. I did not realize that. So that's number one. So number two, I, of course, had to take it too fucking far. I didn't just throw them away in the trash can next to her desk like I did everything else. I threw it away in the girls' restroom in the fucking tampon trash can.
Jamila, you're a menace to society and you deserve that punishment. What the actual fuck?
Also, sidebar. These are not excuses. I'm just putting you in my 8th grade frame of mind. I did not know that trash can in the girls' restroom was only for tampons and pads because I had never had a period yet. I didn't know. I just thought it was a regular trash can.
I thought it was a regular trash can.
I just thought it was a regular trash can.
So wait. Did she got her glasses back?
She did eventually. Let me tell you how I got caught, because how I got caught is actually stupider than how. It's so bad, y'all. I really feel bad about this. I want y'all to know. It's just funny because it's stupid.
Mouth agape. I'm flabbergasted as an avid glasses wearer. I can't drive without my glasses. It says that on my license.
That's why it became such an issue. She could not go home. She made a ruckus. Like, I cannot find my glasses. And she just knew somebody took it. I don't know how. I guess she just knew
if you put your glasses back in the same spot.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, I was in chorus, which is crazy, y'all. I almost got away with it, bro. I was so fucking close.
At school?
This was my last class of the day. We had maybe 30 minutes left of school. Maybe. I was in chorus. I'm sitting there. I'm like, wow, like, we got away with it. Like, I kind of forgot about it. I wasn't even thinking. I'm like, okay, cool. The intercom comes on. I need Jamila Bell and Courtney to my office. Shout out to Miss Doremus. I said, oh shit, I'm caught. I'm caught. Fuck, I'm caught. So I go to the office. I'm looking at Courtney. I said, bitch, you better not snitch. You better not snitch. She was like, I can't lie to me. Like, I can't lie. I said, let me go first. Shit. I'll squash this shit. I go in there. This was like some fucking FBI shit. Since she has a little charm, she goes, is this your charm? My stupid ass, I go, ugh. Yes. Oh my God. I didn't even realize I dropped my charm. Thank you. Why would I think that the principal was calling me there just for a fucking charm? Like, bitch, you dumb ass little girl. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, here you found my charm. Thank you, girl. That does go on my bracelet. Does it? So this was the charm that was found on the desk. Do you know where her glasses? It's like I was trapped. I was like investigating. I said, at that point I couldn't lie. I said, yes. And I just snitched on myself. And I'm like, damn, I'm caught. I was like, yeah. And she was like, she cannot drive home without her glasses. I said, oh my God, for real? Damn, let me go get him real quick, child. I didn't know it was that deep. I said, let me go get him. I didn't know it was that. She's like, go get him and we'll be okay. I said, let me just go get him, child. I thought we was gonna be okay if I got him. I thought everything was gonna be cool if I was like,
you should have known that was a lie, child.
I should have known that was a lie. If you just go get him, you'll be okay. Okay, cool.
That's all
I hand her glasses. I'm like, sorry, Miss Procaccini. She looked at me like, you bitch. And I was like, okay, cool. So we can go home, right? She goes, call your mother. Huh? My mama? Call my mama?
Don't call Dollar Bell. Please.
Call my mama?
Please.
Man.
Girl.
That was the scariest shit I ever had to do. I said, oh my God. I had to tell her what I did. You tell her. I don't want to say nothing. I'm like,
I took my teacher's glasses that she can't drive without.
Just stupid.
Did you clean them?
I didn't even. I took them out. It wasn't nothing in there but some glasses.
The pussy, the 8th grade pussy period. The glasses. Wait, Jamila, did you even tell her they was in the tampon garbage or you just gave them to her?
I think I did tell her where they was at. At that point, I was just coming clean. But like I said, I didn't realize that it was a tampon trash can. I just thought it was a trash can in the bathroom. And then when I said that, Miss Doremus was like, the tampon trash can. Miss Doremus was a black ass assistant principal. And me and Miss Doremus was really cool. Like, we still cool. You know what I'm saying? If I see her today, we like this. She know I'm, you know what I'm saying? She said, damn, girl. I said, I didn't know. I thought it was a regular trash can. I didn't get my period till I was a sophomore. I didn't know anything about that.
With kids and tampons. So my advisory class, which was like a homeroom, kind of did a prank with a tampon. Shout out to Miss Christensen. And I'm just say names because it's been 10 years. This was
Right, like, I don't know.
I don't give a damn. So
Shout
I
out
had
to y'all.
advisory. Miss Christensen was this. Her first name was Dulce, and she taught Spanish. She said, "My name is Sugar in Spanish, candy, dulce, because it's candy, sugar, sweet."
Mm-hmm.
So like, she was a first-year teacher at Sac High, which is a black-ass high school and filled with the Bebe's kids. This was my first year at Sac High, and I was thrown in the class with every ruck maker at the school. And so they would do what you're talking about, pull pranks on Miss Christensen. Now, I would not want to be a part of this. And Miss Christensen would also tell us her business. Like, her husband was this white man who she met in the chat rooms. But at this point, when she was in Mexico, but they had got married and had kids at this point.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Cheyenne, which was one of my friends at Sac High, what's up, Cheyenne? Just decided, let's play a prank on Miss Christensen. And so this girl, Alizé, Zavonche was my friend. He didn't want to do it. I can't remember who else was involved in it. Oh, this guy named Pete. He was in my advisory. They got a tampon and they dunked it in Kool-Aid to make it look like it was used. And they laid it out in the middle of the classroom. So we were all sitting there, and Miss Christensen had to do something. And then she would always come in the classroom, at the end behind us. We were all sitting there like pristine angels, this supposedly used tampon in the middle of, mind you, we're juniors in high school. She walks in and goes, "Oh!" It was so dramatic, bro. She said, "Who's this? Who left this here? Da, da, da." She's like this thick Spanish accent. She eventually starts crying.
Oh my God.
Because she had been dealing with the class, this was well into the year, and they always pranked her and always gave her a hard time. She was like, "I come here, I give you guys my all, and you do this to me." Now, mind you, whole time I'm telling Cheyenne, I'm like, "Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Stop. This too far away." Can you more? Cheyenne in there, can you? This too far, Cheyenne. Stop.
Far.
Stop. Don't do this. Miss Christensen is bawling. She calls her husband. She walks out. Shout out to Wanda Starks, the Sacramento High School legend. She was mean, girl. I mean, mean. Miss Starks didn't play. Nice shake and go wig and to put the fear in your heart of God. She walked in there with her hands behind her back, her glasses all the way down here. And she looked at everybody. Honestly, I probably will look like Miss Starks when I get that age, because she was we look alike, same skin tone, same face, glasses, build. We both love a good shake and go. She was like this. You disrespected each other. It was the scariest shit.
It's mind you, as kids,
the whole
we do
time
things that make no sense.
And mind you, I'm willing to snitch. I'm willing to tell on air. I'm like, I don't, and we didn't end up having to tell because no one ever came clean. Cheyenne was looking at everyone like, "Don't say shit." Mm-hmm. And I think we all as a class had to do something. I think we had a group detention or a group something. We lost our privileges for something as a class, which was honestly pissing me off. But solidarity, you can't snitch.
Sound.
One band, one sound, homeroom.
Yeah.
Ugh. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Cheyenne, to this day.
That was definitely
that's
definitely one of the worst things I've ever done. And it's every time I think about it, I'm like, girl, girl, why did you do that? But it's kids, nothing makes sense. It does not make sense when you're doing it.
This is why kids and honestly, even 18, because we were at 17 at this point. Mm-hmm. It's you be knowing shit is wrong, but so oftentimes I feel like children do not understand the gravity. Of how wrong it is. You do understand morally I shouldn't be doing this. But the understanding of whoa, this is too far. Right. That piece of your brain is not
threshold
developed.
Never it's the threshold just was not there. I'm like, damn, I did do too much. I did
because that should be the same as also calling someone ugly. It'd be the same amount of wrong in your brain. "Ooh, I hate that teacher. That's wrong. You shouldn't have said that. I'm going to throw her glasses away.
I'm going to throw this bitch glasses away." Mine's just in my head, I'm like, the bitch ain't find nothing else I threw away. She won't. The way you think is so stupid when you're a kid. Your thought process is so incredibly dumb. So my punishment for that was I had to miss the last day. But let me tell you how insane I was for attention. Nobody knew what the fuck happened. I simply disappeared. Imagine, mind you, this was not like, we didn't have social media the way that we do now. This was 8th
so
grade,
you just
y'all.
literally left.
I just left the school. I went on the bus. I didn't say nothing to nobody because I was scared shitless because I knew I was getting my ass whooped when I got home, which I did. That of all the ass whoopings, that was the one I deserved the most. I didn't.
Right.
When I tell you, I was scared. But I didn't even flinch because I knew I was going to get my ass told. I said, I ain't gonna lie, I earned that one. Go ahead and
tap.
I earned that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to eat that. But like, I just disappeared. That was the last day of school. I didn't come. I didn't show up again. No one saw me again until the first day of freshman year of high school. Do you know that it was almost like an urban legend? I felt like I was walking to that class like, ooh, where did Jamila go? And I'm like, I got suspended. Last day of school, I got suspended. I'm back now, though. Yeah, what's up? I don't know. I felt like a bad bitch.
Worldly.
Like, ooh. I felt like everybody was just like, ooh, you got suspended on the last day of school. Like, ooh. Everybody knew I got suspended. Nobody knew what for. It was insane. So that was like my little bad girl era. I was really bad for them last 2 weeks of school. I was like, yeah. But after that, I really didn't do anything crazy. Like, that was the only really bad thing I ever did as a kid.
We're going to take a break. The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation, Botox Cosmetic, onabotulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
I'm Dr. Jen Ashton, your host for Season 2 of The Visibility Gap, a podcast presented by Cigna Healthcare. Throughout this season, we'll be tackling something vital, the women's health gap. We'll hear from real people and experts as we unpack important topics like maternal health, menopause, and heart disease. Listen in and download the new season wherever you get your podcasts.
And we're back.
I didn't have a bad girl era in school. It wasn't a full suspension because my mom was friends with the principal because educators. This boy took my glasses off and threw them in the wood chips and scratched them. And this is the days, like, as a kid, we didn't have goggles. I was a baby in glasses. I've been wearing glasses since I was in first grade. We didn't have the nice, durable baby goggles that 6-year-olds wear now. I had a real pair of BB glasses that my mama looked at me and said, do not fuck these glasses up.
Bet not.
You bet not. Girl, I whipped that little boy's ass.
But that's different because that's like not self-defense, but it's like he earned the type shit. So it's like,
it is. But technically, we since we both laid hands, we both should have got suspended. But again, I was an angel baby, and this lady was friends with my mom, and they said, Mecca.
Yeah.
What happened? I said he took my glasses that I just got off my face, and you see it's a big scratch, and da-da-da-da. Baby, when I say my mama came pick me up, took me to Starbucks, girl, because this you gotta remember, this is like 2002 when Starbucks was like, woo! And it was right next door to Nugget. That's the rich grocery store in California. It's like that's a step above Whole Foods, girl. That's rich. And my daddy was so happy because he's so ghetto. And he's like, oh, you whooped that little boy's ass. Yeah. He went and got me a snack. I got a little treat from both my parents that day. I said, yep, don't play with it. I was right back in school the next day. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
But that boy made fun of me for years. His name was Marcos. Short ass motherfucker. He used to call me Hairy Beast, which I was very hairy as a kid. And he called me Wolfie. Right?
Like, we don't need to add
We don't.
beast.
Why is it a beast? He would be like, "Oh, you hairy beast."
Like, damn,
I'd be
I could
like,
just
"You
been a hairy
fucking
bitch. Like, I
munchkin."
can't. I'd rather be a hairy bitch than a beast. Like, why we have to go?
What the fuck?
Whoa.
He also used to call me Wolfie. It was because he never recovered from me whooping his ass in front of everyone. Because mind you, this was in like first grade, and we were in school together till 6th. So, and I would just be like, Marcos, you don't want me to whoop your ass again. So then I'll be bad around the kid. You don't want me to knock your head in between the swings again.
Oh my gosh, child. Being a child is so funny. Like every time I think back into like just all the things that we did that were so stupid, I think it's the funniest shit ever. Like it's one of my things that I always say. I think kids should be bad. Get that shit out your system.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, age-appropriate badness is you supposed to be bad. You're supposed to get your bad shit out the way. That way, when you get grown, you're like, I'm not like, come on. Like, I would never think about doing some bullshit. Like, bitch, I'm 28. I was already bad.
I'm glad that Darrington was bad is because I wasn't bad, but I would be doing bad shit because I would be doing bad shit because one, I would be trying to convince Darrington not to do it. And then somehow I get involved, but I wouldn't get involved to the point where I would get in trouble. Again, Darrington just has a threshold of like, he don't know what too far ever was. So he would still always get in trouble solo. But I felt like I got the experience of being both a good and bad child because of my brother. So shout out to Darrington.
Because of him. He was bad enough for both of you.
He was so bad. But mind you, when I say bad, again, relatively speaking, Darrington has never like been in trouble with the law. He's never like, it was never that. But he was just like, oh my God, you're so bad. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
This nigga used to, in high school, he used to like rip his shirt off at pep rallies.
Like, sit down. It's crazy because I know exactly what archetype of child he was.
Yeah, he was just an attention whore. He loved it. Yeah, being a kid was so fun. And being a kid in the early ages of the internet and like when shit was first going viral and it really like, it wasn't just viral on your side of TikTok. It was viral for the entire world. Like you went viral. Yeah, you're on the Ellen show. You're on fucking CNN. Like
people really don't even appreciate virality anymore because it's honestly so easy to go viral now. Like you could do some bullshit and go viral, right? But I don't think y'all understand that getting 1 million views on something in 2010 or 2009 was insane.
Charlie. My finger, Charlie.
Like it wasn't, and it would be so viral to the point where you could bring it up to anybody and they would understand it. Like now, of course, if we have a video go viral, it's like only like a certain group of type of people may have even seen that one viral thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily mega viral to where, you know, whatever. But pop culture.
Being in middle school when that shit was happening, what was that one video? Her name, she took a tumble. She stepped up on the table. Scarlett takes a tumble.
Scarlett took a tumble.
Shout out to Scarlett
wherever you are,
girl.
Like,
did you? I used to watch Miss Peaches, who was a drag queen. Fry that chicken.
There were so many.
There's so many. Remember shoes? Shoes. Let's get some shoes, bitch.
Wait, what?
That was another like drag queen, and her name was Brittany.
That might have been on your niche side of the internet.
That was not the Caucasian is gonna feel me on that one. Shoes. She was a school from like like a Valley white girl. She had glasses and everything. You might not have seen that one.
Yeah,
too girl.
What is your favorite pop culture moment?
When I think about pop culture moments of like the 2010s, I'm not. It's not going to be one that's like viral in that moment per se, but it's important to me. I remember when Rachel Dolezal was outed as being a white woman. Only because like, and it stuck so hard. Again, this was like in 2015. We were in college by this point, but again, going viral in 2015, way different from going viral in 2025. This shit hit like grits, and Twitter was jokes. And then Hampton Twitter, the way motherfuckers was adding me, talking about, I thought that was Mecca. That's why it stuck so hard in my brain, because she had, we're just talking about shake and goes today. She had that curly shake and go wig that I used to wear. So
down.
The way niggas was playing on my head for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
Niggas was playing with me. And I will
And
never
Rachel
forget
was
that.
so funny because of the interviews that came after it. Like, she's
like,
interviewing and people are like, are your parents white? And she would just walk away like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this lady? It was literally such a moment. Like, Rachel Dolezal is actually Caucasian.
Yeah.
And she has been the head and president of the NAACP.
And she was getting shit done. That's the key. She was getting shit done.
Never in my life have I seen someone who is white choose to be black. Like, what the fuck? It was such an insane story. Like, what do you mean she really
this
took
is
it
also
there?
When Twitter was less politically correct.
Oh, for sure.
So the way niggas was cutting up on specifically the Twitter timeline when that shit dropped, you know how there's certain nights, the hard ER Navy night with Rihanna, when that couple who was dressed like the 1800s or they had went to a dance, there were certain nights on Twitter that if you were black and there, oh my God,
you had
so
to be
funny.
there. Yeah.
Rachel Dolezal's definitely absolutely one of them. Nigga Navy.
The nigger Navy was jokes. Like,
why would we act like that? Again, that was
mind you, that was such a good time for us to be offended, but that shows you how completely unserious niggas are.
Yeah.
Bitch, what the fuck?
No. The way that we took that shit and ran, and I mean jokes. Yeah. Remember when Drake from the No New Friends music video when he was that's what someone said, oh, y'all just joking on Drake. I'm like, even at the height of Drake's career, niggas were
we were laughing. We've always been laughing.
Like, and Drake himself remember we were photoshopping it into him walking away from different shit. Oh, so funny. This when Twitter was fun. This when Twitter was fucking fun.
Yeah,
and
y'all
we,
argue too much now. Like, y'all don't even understand how fun Twitter used to
be a lot of fun.
It used to be just pure entertainment foolery. Like, we used to really take it there, but I don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. One of my favorite pop culture moments, I will never forget. I feel like I watched it evolve into such a cultural moment. Well, obviously, there's a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing through your window, snatching your people up. So you need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here. Antoine Dotson was a moment.
Remember when it started off, well.
Him and that red bandana.
So much, Jamila. They had the initial video. Because it was he was on the news because there really wasn't raping.
Yeah, like it was his sister. Somebody literally attempted to rape his sister. Like that was an actual real thing. Horrible
really
story.
Happened. But like they interviewed him and then the news clip was going viral. I saw it on MediaTakeout.com. Did the girls even know what Media Takeout
is? Or something like that.
Yeah. Ugh. And he had that red bandana on.
It got so viral that they made it into a song. Like, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here. Like, we actually used to spoof and make viral moments into songs all the time. Like, that's a
cringe lame thing. No, it used to be a thing.
That
and
was
it would be fun.
Such a thing. It was such a thing. Like,
such a thing.
We watched it. Like, that was a phenomenon. It was so crazy that people would take it, right? Take the snippets and they would, make it into like memes and stuff, or they would have t-shirts that said different things on it. I'm just like, this is crazy. We have really, elevated. And I think even now he has a platform. I think he's on TikTok. I seen him not too long ago. I think he sells cars now or something random. But he's had many different like ebb and flows. Like it really like kind of put him into a certain level because I think he ended up having to sue for the song because I think originally he wasn't getting paid off the song. Because
he didn't get paid. You would know.
Yeah, it was a little white boy who made it. And so he ended up suing. I think he ended up getting some money afterwards. I'm not really sure on how that all happened, but I remember that being a whole thing too. Like,
I believe at one point he found Christ and wasn't gay anymore, if I remember correctly.
I think
he was a Black Hebrew Israelite.
Oh. Yes. Yo, having a Hebrew Israelite character arc in your story is oh my God, the evil cues.
But then later he came out and said that he was bisexual and apologized for the things that he had said.
Okay, he came back home.
He came.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Sometimes they get trapped on that Hebrew island. I'm so glad he came back home.
You know what it is? Because, you know, I, at least, well, not so much now, but in the early days of TikTok, I used to argue with the Hebrew Israelites like once a quarter. That's obviously
and that's dangerous because they will dox you.
That's how I gained my arch nemesis.
1 or 2 times.
She who may not be named. Mole. That's how I got my arch nemesis. She's a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, you got to be careful with them Hebrew Israelites.
I was talking about that, and this girl in the comments was like, as a former Hebrew Israelite, it really is a pipeline to like learning to love your blackness. And then what happens is it's like a stop on the Black American self-love island. And unfortunately, some people don't ever get off. And that is so tea. Like, you're learning all this information. You're like, oh my God, I love being Black. I love being Black.
I was gonna say, that's why I said, like, when you are transitioning into wanting to be very like self-aware of Blackness, you will take a couple of trips. Hotep Island is one of them.
Hotep Island.
Hebrew Israelite Island is one of them. And sometimes it's really hard to get out of there. But because it seems cool. It seems good at first. It's like, oh, they're calling you queen and sister.
About we're not from Africa. We're the first Native Americans.
And let me just say this.
And the slave ships don't exist.
Let me say this to those type of Blacks out there. You new Blacks, we cannot be both Israelites and classic Native Americans at the same time. Y'all gonna need to pick an origin story. Y'all need to pick an origin story. Do y'all want to be Egyptians? Do y'all want to be the Jews? Or do you want to be real Native Americans? You're a nigga! God damn it! What the fuck are y'all talking? Like this actually, it pisses me off so bad because it's like, which one is it, nigga?
Because they're on different opposites of the world.
What are you talking about? We Jews, we Egyptians, we're kings and queens, we're Native Americans, we were never slaves. Africa don't exist, clearly. Like, what the hell is y'all talking about?
Jasmine is Gullah Geechee. The Carolinas, that's a real Gullah Geechee gal. And when they got on there talking about Gullah Geechee folks was not hailing from Africa, I said, my sister in Christ, you must. She said, oh my God. Oh my God. Are y'all okay?
Okay, see.
Like, Gullah Geechee are actually so African that they are recognized by West Africa, because out of all of the sects and offshoots of African American like people, they maintained intact,
they
like
preserved their culture,
preserved closest to what directly came from West Africa. Gullah Geechee people are black. So it's like
what are y'all talking
even trying
about?
to imply that Gullah Geechee people are the first Native Americans, go to hell. Please go to hell.
I want to understand, I really be trying to be empathetic sometimes to stupid people, because I know it must be very challenging to have all these stupid thoughts in your mind and no one agree. So I always want to try to tap into your mind. Like, what about this makes you, like, why are you so desperate to alienate yourself from real shit that happened? Like, because whether you like it or not, you're not changing the real history. Even if you want to say we are the real Jews, what does that change about you being a nigga right now?
I have a theory. I really do. This is my theory. And I say this as someone who has both Africans and African Americans in my family, specifically from the country Kenya. I think with the rise of the internet and the rise of diaspora wars, for so long, African Americans have been made to feel sometimes by other diasporas that we are not enough, which is completely untrue. And the reality of the situation is, not only were they stealing slaves from Africa, but some of those people were already enslaved. Like, they were literally sold because they were already slaves where they were at. And I feel like it's a need to like, oh, we're something too. We was here, da, da, da. But the reality of the situation, trying to find some belonging amongst everyone else. But the reality of the situation is, take pride in the fact that your people were put at the bottom and managed to still come out on top and create one of the most influential, and it cannot be argued, one of the most influential cultures in the planet. In the world.
Like,
people look to Black Americans constantly for style, intellectualism, music, acting. And this is not shitting on any of the other diasporas, because I feel like we influence each other. But this is me talking to African Americans who feel like they have to add 10s and 20s and dubs on shit and make up shit that didn't happen. Yes, at one point your people were slaves, and look what they accomplished and look what we've achieved. There should be so much pride. And I mean, I've said this to the Kenyans in my family. You cannot use that as like a dunk or an insult to me. I take so much pride in being African American because I know the history and I know everything that my people overcame to get to the point that we're at, that we can sit here and talk into mics, that we can sit here and people are looking at Beyonce and I was gonna say SZA, but that's Rihanna's son. You know, like, you have African Americans who literally lead culture, full stop.
We're going to take a break.
Get ready for Netflix's gripping new medical drama, Pulse. Set in a cutting-edge Miami trauma center, third-year resident Dr. Danny Sims is unexpectedly thrust into a promotion when beloved chief resident Dr. Xander Phillips gets suspended. Then, with the emotional and physical stakes at their highest, a storm will push the hospital and its residents to their limits. Witness how life can change in a heartbeat when you're operating under pressure. Watch Pulse, only on Netflix.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's tax season, and we're all a bit tired of numbers. But here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it. Guaranteed. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
And we're back. And I think another point that people always never want to address is a lot of the times I'm always so like gagged and like weak at the fact that a lot of Caribbeans will also try to dunk on African Americans in that way. Because I'm like, you do know that the Caribbean culture is about the same age as African American culture because we were dropped off around the same time. I mean,
it was just different bus stops.
Like,
it was all the same route.
We are actually the same, but just different fonts. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, when you're talking about continental Africans, you know what I'm saying? If anybody got a point, I'll give y'all them points. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But Caribbean folk, Caribbean Black people,
I think part of that comes from the Haitian Revolution and how they were able to get their freedom from France.
And
but
that's great. Y'all definitely had y'all liberation first. However, y'all were dropped off from Africa as well. So the same way that y'all were dropped off from Africa, specifically West Africa most of the time, and were dropped off in the Caribbean islands and created and y'all's own identity and culture from the things that y'all had for years and years and years and cultivated y'all's livelihoods from that. And at some point gained some level of freedom and liberation. The same happened here. The only difference with Black Americans is that our countries did not remain mostly Black. That's really the only difference. So you have your Jamaicas and your Honduras and your all the other Caribbean islands.
You have coolies, you have Chinese Caribbean.
Yeah, they still have.
They have their own version of what we have.
They maintained a level of
here,
majority Black. That's something that we were never
honestly,
able to maintain.
They get it from people from African countries too. That again, that could be like a trickle down. Like they're getting it done to them, so they feel like possibly they can do it to African Americans. Because I've definitely heard the joke that one thing Nigerians will be like Jamaicans are fake Nigerians.
Damn.
But you know, Jamaicans are literally are like us in terms they can do their ancestry and be like, oh, I'm from my people from Nigeria, like that. Because again, the same stuff.
All them little Caribbean
We're on the same boat.
Y'all all mixy, especially them Latina countries. The Latina countries
we
is
went
just
to DR,
America countries with Spanish.
Full stop. I knew that the DR was a Black country simply because you know, it's an imaginary line that separates the DR and Haiti. It's all one island. At one point, it was called I can't think of the name that it used to be called, but it's the line of colorism. But
hello?
So I knew all this. I did know this. Nonetheless, I was still gagged when I got off the plane in the DR. I was gagged at how Black, like gagged, like no, gagged. It's like you can know the knowledge, you can do the knowledge. Shout out to Deontay, but I feel like seeing the knowledge in real time and in person, it still takes you aback. Like being in an airport and seeing no white people, and not just I know Black Eyed Dominican. I'm talking dark skinned Black people.
Yeah,
I was like, the trans. And remember, I made that TikTok that went super duper viral. I said, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the transatlantic slave trade was getting busy in DR, and these niggas is fine as fuck. Fine as fuck.
They're us and we are you. Like,
like, let's
and
just
it's like the same way.
We do the cha-cha slide. Y'all do the Cucuranja. Let's cha-cha together.
Everything is so very mixy, but the same way a lot of Black Americans, when you do their, your DNA ancestry, you're going to have traces of West African, European, and Native Indigenous American. That's going to be very similar to those who are in the Caribbean islands or in those, like the Central America. Damn.
Like Honduras?
Like all of them little
Honduras is Black as fuck too.
Yeah, all of them.
Guatemala,
but if you
Honduras.
trace their ancestry, it's going to be the same thing. A lot of West Africa, indigenous, but they're indigenous like the Aztecs and stuff like that. Yeah. And then, of course, the Spaniards, which is the Caucasian. They have the same DNA breakup that we do.
Jamila, you can tell the difference. That was the other thing about the DR. You can tell the Spanish influence versus the Anglo-Saxon British influence in them, and that their colonizers were different. It was like they were Black, but I'm like, no. The white people y'all were colonized by were Spaniards. And you can see them. That was like the biggest. I was like, but I can tell y'all not African American. I can tell y'all are like, okay, yeah. And I just think that's so interesting. Like feature-wise. You get what I'm saying? Because if we're going to West Africa, you can tell a Nigerian, you can tell like a Ghanaian, and based on features. And then once you start trickling out into like the different Caribbean countries, you can see that in like African Americans, but you see the Anglo-Saxon influence. So whether it's like high cheekbones, lips, nose, then it's like you go to like the DR, possibly Haiti. It's like you see that, but it's like, slightly a more different Spaniard influence in the cheeks and nose. Yes. It's like, we're all diet West African. We're all diet Nigerians.
Moral of the story is it's so mixy, and
that's why Nigerians act like that. They act like Drake. We create all this.
Which is so funny because it's like there are other West African countries. I don't know if Nigerians know that. Do y'all know that? Nigeria acts like it is the capital of Africa. Like, did y'all know that there were other West African countries other than Nigeria?
It's because I just feel like Nigerians go everywhere. What's the joke?
There's Nigerians. I want to. That Nigerian pride is something serious. They do not play, baby. That Nigerian pride is so strong. They do not play about their country, baby. Okay, period. Shout out to the Nigerians.
You won't catch me back.
What is it? Igbo and Yoruba?
Bitch, please.
Is that what it is? Yoruba and Igbo? Yoruba and Igbo. Shout out to my cousins.
Shout out to the Calabar.
I don't know which I am. I never did my ancestry, so I don't know which West African countries I come from.
Portia said she found out that she was Igbo. So I was going to say, I didn't know it took it as far as telling you exactly what tribe.
Yeah, I want to know all the things. I'm going to do. I know they say don't do it. Y'all, I'm not a murderer, okay? No shade. I'm going to do the DNA test, okay? Y'all ain't going to find that on me. I ain't going to.
It's okay.
No, let me tell y'all how I was so terrified for 2 years straight.
What was you terrified of? What was you scared of?
For 2 years straight, I was secretly terrified because I kept having this reoccurring dream that I had like murdered somebody, and I just thought that somebody was going to figure it out.
That's insane, Jamila.
I know, and I no, but I really thought I did for a second. I'm like, am I tripping? Because my dreams are so vivid, y'all. I got really, really, really vivid dreams. So I would wake up and be like, and sometimes the flash was just, I'm like, did I kill somebody? But I didn't kill nobody, y'all. It was just my dream. And I'm like, what the heck? I think myself in a different universe killed somebody, and I got some of her memories. I hope she don't get caught. Girl, and I know exactly where she hit the body. I know exactly where she hit the body. Like, that's the thing. Like, if I ever get, I don't know. I know where she hit the body, and I hope she don't get caught. But she was very terrified. I think that's what happened to myself in another universe. I killed somebody.
A parallel reality.
Yeah, and I buried that man in a garden.
You're saying too much. You're saying too much. We already know it's a man and he's in a garden.
I was
don't tell us how you did it.
Oh my gosh, like, did I do this? But it wasn't me, y'all. Like, I could never kill nobody. Shit.
Shout out to Shaggy. It wasn't me. Come around. So, all right. Is it time to spin it?
Yes.
All right. While Jamila's pulling up the letter, this is our segment, Spin It. Now, what we need you guys to do is to send your lowdown, messy, gutter snipe situations to @unhingedandimoralpod@gmail.com. We will possibly read them. Now, we want to keep full disclaimer. Jamila and I are not PR professionals. We just studied it in college, and we like to give a little spin. Don't forget to include your ages. Do you have pulled up, Jamila? Because your ages matter.
Your age absolutely matters. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. The title of this is Please Tell Me What I Should Do, and that we will. Hey, Mecca and Jamila. This may be a long one. I'm 19 in college, and I need y'all to spin this because I feel like I got played and I need some sense knocked into me or something. I met this guy last February. Call him Drew. I was 18 and he was 19. We black.
Good information to have.
Thank you. That also matters sometimes.
It does.
All right. We weren't officially dating, but we established that we were together. Okay, baby. Everything was fine.
They established a situationship. Well, that's some 18, 19-year-old shit.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, okay, baby. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Everything was fine for a few months. We were going on dates, spending every other weekend together, and I was really there for him while he was going through a lot, like getting kicked out by his mom and feeling hopeless. But after my birthday, July 7th, I told him how I was feeling about how distant he was getting, and instead of talking it out, he just ghosted me. A couple months later, September, I ran into him at a party, and he texted me after I left with nothing but a sorry. We started talking again, like he wanted to pick up where we left off, and then like clockwork, he ghosted again. Fast forward, I move on. To be honest, I get niggas, so that's not a problem. But I see him at another party in October, this time with 2 girls, and he literally hides from me. What's sus is they was all looking in my direction while he was ducking. I let it go, and I move on with my life. New Year comes around. I'm doing okay, but I'm thinking about him heavily. Then, this past Valentine's Day, I check his Instagram. Big mistake. He had fully popped out with this girl and was like, that was just his friend back when we were together. They got each other's names in their bios, showing mad love. And a few days later on his birthday, February 19th, she was celebrating with him and his family like they've been solid for a while. Now, here's what's really messing me up. This wasn't some casual thing. This man cried to me. I'm sorry, sis, I don't mean to laugh. Opened up to me, took me out, introduced me to friends and family, and made me feel special. And yet, once he finally got his shit together, he dropped me and went straight to her. Not only did he go straight to her, he's been doing everything that I wanted for us, with her. Like, what the fuck? I know I got played, but why? And what is my next move? Because I'm having that why didn't he choose me ass mindset, which I know I shouldn't. Baby, if this ain't a tale as old as time.
I was going to say, little sister. Oh, little sister. Oh, that baby done got her milk finally. Well, it happened. It's just something that you definitely have to experience to know how to get through it the next time. Because I'm not going to meet Mr. Coded. This probably won't be the last time. You said you're 19.
Well, no.
This is not the 19. Last time. So, but the first time it definitely hurts. It cuts deep. You're like, why not me? What did I do wrong? Like, I remember the exact nigga who did this to me. Oh, literally at the same age.
Actually,
18, 19.
More than once. So I remember every nigga that did this to me, actually. You know, what's interesting is what lesson this is going to teach you the most is that you are not in a relationship with a man until y'all explicitly say you are. Because the moment you said to me, we weren't in a relationship, but we had made things explicitly clear. No, you didn't, mama. No, you didn't. Y'all didn't make shit clear other than y'all was fucking.
Raw. which
y'all
you
were
shouldn't
having
be.
sex, and you
And
were
make
having
sure
a
you're
good
getting
time,
tested.
and you were feeling very lustful, and you felt like, ooh, I like him, and we go on dates, and I met some of his friends, and he's so cute, and I love him, and I like him, and we have sex, and we cuddled after sex, and he likes me, and he cried
and we
to
lay
me.
there in the fluids and let them marinate on us.
Let me tell you something. The first time a man cries to you, it really does feel special. Because
you feel like somebody.
You really
you
feel
wipe
like,
that tear.
Wow. Because you internalize that lie that men are not emotional and they don't cry. When in fact, you will come to realize very quickly, them niggas cry all the goddamn time.
Yeah, about a lot of things.
About a lot of things. And they're very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So you think because that man cried to you that you're different and you're special, when no, you were just there.
Unfortunately,
and
sister,
I'm
we
sorry
all have
to
pussies.
say that to you.
But not everyone has your pussy. And most importantly, not everyone has your brain and your personality and your soul. Not every bitch is you. And it's clear that you were not the one for this young man. That does not mean you're not the one for someone. And that does not mean you are not worthy. So I understand that this is something that you're going to have to feel those emotions, because like we're reminiscing that first time of you, that rejection hits, you just got to work through that. But feel everything this first time around, because the next time it happens, you will know going into it, this has nothing to do with me and everything to do with him. And like Jamila just said, you have learned the lesson. Don't you do no girlfriend shit to no nigga who's not your boyfriend. Don't you do, now we a little bit older, don't you do no wife shit for no nigga that's not your husband, for the older ones, okay? You having that understanding, cool, if we just fucking, we just fucking. And I promise you, what you need, the muscle that you need to exercise is that pussy. You need to kegel. You need to kegel, but you also need to exercise. If you're going to be outside and humping and hunching, you need to know how to fucking get the fuck on.
Yes.
Make sure you're getting tested and you're not fucking these niggas raw, because these niggas are moving a certain way. He was a goddamn lie. He liked that girl that whole time he was fucking with you. He was waiting for her to get ready. And the moment she got ready, he did what he did. He dropped you and he got with her.
You're going to get to the point where you realize, actually, I didn't really like you like that. It's just irritating to me that I wasn't the one chosen. And sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes it's not even the guy. It's like, damn, why you ain't choose me? You don't even want him like that. Because you just said you get niggas
up in the air like this. I was on begging with my legs in the air.
You told me yourself, you get niggas, and you've been moved on several times from him. You're not, it's not him. You're not hooking for him. You have your pride. Yes, you're like, my pussy's better than hers. I'm the funniest bitch he ever met. Bitch, I'm so cute. I get niggas. Why would he not lock me down? Because he don't like you like that. And that's okay. And you don't like him like that either. Because if y'all did, y'all'd be together.
Right. Y'all wouldn't have had an understanding on a situationship. You would have had understanding on a relationship.
Oh, hello. Sometimes
like you said,
we want something just to say we had it.
Yeah, you don't really like that nigga.
Saying?
You don't give a damn.
You don't. Y'all not
and the reason it hurt looking at his page was because that was a blow to your ego.
Yep.
It was a blow to your ego.
That used to be one of your niggas.
Yeah.
Damn, nigga, you got a bitch? Hold on now.
It happens to the best of us. I hate when a nigga who I used to like go get a bitch.
Like, oh, okay. Nigga, you don't, mind you, I'm not gonna lie. To this day, sometimes you'll see a nigga that's like, and I ain't even like that nigga, but now niggas got a bitch.
Oh, now you want to do right by a bitch. Okay.
All right. Niggas, all right. Now niggas want to get cuffed up. All right. You don't even like that nigga. It's just, it just be kind of like that sometimes. I don't know.
Call back from last week. How you think I felt with someone girlfriend I was fucking on casually said, oh, this was my end. Oh, well, he told me he ain't want no girlfriend. What the hell going on? In fact, we sitting up here looking just like each other, looking like evil twins. Oh, nigga, you ain't worth a damn. You think that like that's, it'd be a little, but you gotta get your ego about that shit. You feel me? That girl ain't do nothing to you. You ain't gotta hate on that girl. Exactly. Go get you a better nigga. And that's how you would do this shit. Hello. Now, if you like me, I'd have blocked him, honestly, until I didn't give a fuck no more. But if you want a PR spin, what you need to do is just make sure you're living your best life. One thing about niggas, they do the same thing we do. Don't let them niggas lie to you. They be on that profile. Don't let these niggas lie to you. I got a brother. They be checking that profile, or they have their homeboys check that profile. See how you doing. They be keeping their tabs. The best thing you could do is live your life and live your life unapologetically.
Yes. But
post yourself flourishing.
Don't be trying to do that shit where you try to post and make it seem like, oh, I just don't give a fuck. Like,
No, that's too much.
We can always tell when you're trying to post as if you don't give a damn, sister. And that's the most I give a damn shit you could ever do.
Yeah, don't
just
do that.
be regular. Like,
you said you in college. What you doing in college?
Exactly.
I'm getting good grades. I'm having fun. I'm going to the party. I don't even care about the niggas. Because like you said, you get
shit
niggas
every other week. Mute his shit. If you the type of person that don't want to create bad blood or you don't want to block or whatever, just mute him.
Just mute
like
him.
You won't see the shit. And you can kind of just, that way you can kind of keep the follow. And it's like, it ain't no beef. It's just, I don't want to see that shit, nigga. I don't want to see you with no bitch.
Yeah.
You know? You don't need no advice, girl. You need some new niggas. But clearly you said you ain't got no problem with that.
But like she said, she needed to talk through it because she had her ego hit.
Yeah,
and we all been there. we all been there.
And it's like I just remember she was 19, sister. Yeah.
Yeah. And your ego gonna get hit again.
Yeah.
Full disclosure. It's gonna get hit again.
And I was gonna say, and it might get hit worse.
Bitch, you took the words out I said because it's gonna be a nigga you like more.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do the same exact thing.
The next nigga's gonna happen to it might be the nigga you actually really like. And you gonna really be sick.
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
God damn.
Because and then you gonna start thinking to yourself, if I like you, why the fuck you don't like me? That don't make no goddamn sense.
and when you have to work through those feelings, let me tell you, sister, we gonna spin this, but we gonna prepare you for the next time this happens. Because the next time this happens, you might actually fuck around and be in love. And this time not gonna make you know how to handle next time, but the next time it happens, when you really love the nigga and he hurts your feelings, that after you experience that, unstoppable. You see, you know how what is it? You got to have a few chinks in your armor, a little experience with war to know how to like move the next time the bullet. You don't know to move because you just have to experience it coming at you. Mm-hmm. The next time you're gonna be in love, and he gonna do that. And when you see him pop out with that bitch, you might actually throw up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. It's gonna be more than I'm riding into unhinged immoral.
It's gonna be like, what the fuck? Like you're gonna be
anything like me.
And once you realize that there's nothing that you can do to change that.
Goddamn.
Fuck. It just is what it is. But I'm telling you now, as you get older and you get more experience, I'm all for dating experience. Dating is good because it gives you experience. That way, the more you date, the more enjoyable it is. Dating now is way more enjoyable than it was when I was fucking 18 and 19 because I took everything so seriously and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to this boy, so I'm going to only talk to him so he can see that I'm going to be a good girlfriend. I'm going to be so loyal. I'm only talking to him.
Fuck that.
Dumbass bitch.
Dog these
Dumb.
Niggas. Have you ever really liked a nigga? Sister, I'm about to tell my own tea. Have you ever liked a nigga? Damn near been in love with a nigga? You just saw the Instagram. You ain't seen him out in person with a bitch.
Uh-huh.
And you gotta stay because you outside at the club, so your face can't crack in public.
Listen,
and you gotta thug it out and act like you having a good time. Whole time you want to fucking throw up.
It's like, yeah, me just.
Oh my God, you're gonna go home and eat her ass tonight the way you would eat my ass. What the fuck?
Like, wow, that used to be me.
Give me 3 more shots. Cause I don't know what the fuck I'm on tonight. And sometimes you fuck up and you be talking to other niggas and you don't even want to talk to them niggas. You want to go over there and talk to that nigga.
I want that one.
That's my nigga over there with another bitch. I have to go get him. But you can't go over there and talk to him because you're going to look like a motherfucking ass.
And let me tell you this, sister. You bet not ever. If you're going to be a loyal listener of Unhinged and Immoral, y'all listen to me and listen to me well. You bet not never be the bitch to press a nigga about another bitch in public or ever. Let it go.
Let it
go.
You're
not gonna unless that's your actual nigga, as in your boyfriend.
Right.
You bet not never.
And even
then, you keep that shit on the low.
If you got a friend like me, I'm gonna be like, let's go. Let's go.
You better not go press no little girl or no little boy. Don't you be going to press.
Because that little girl don't know about you.
And you're gonna look
just like you didn't know about that little girl.
You are going to look crazy. And
as someone who has looked crazy, listen, Jamilla not the crazy friend. I am. I'm just Jamilla don't press people. I do. But let me tell you, learn the lesson now. You don't have learn from when older girls be telling y'all this. It really and you'll be you did it. It's not because we hating. It's because we trying to save you a little bit of just a little bit of something. Mm-hmm. Learn to walk away because you're gonna eventually learn to walk away anyway. So if you exercise that muscle early on, it will be so easy. It's easy for me to do it now because I've been doing it for years at this point. But when I was your age, I pressed niggas and I used to look insane. And I was okay with that. And I know if you press
but
niggas,
you're gonna feel like
yeah,
you're
it
gonna
doesn't
feel
make you
embarrassed
feel
because
better,
it's not going
though.
to change anything. That's what we because
Yes.
it's like all the pressing you're doing, it's gonna do one of two things. One is gonna put you in a cycle of some toxic bullshit, and it's just gonna drain you out, or it's not gonna change a motherfucking thing, and you just wasting your goddamn time. Now you're embarrassed. And he's still with the bitch.
And the girls
he's still doing what he's doing. And he don't give a
about you.
damn.
You are going to get a reputation. Now, again, if you're willing to press someone, you probably don't give a fuck. And I'm only saying this because I remember how I used to think. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what them bitches talking about. Right? But in a few years, you know, when you get older, you will start to give a fuck because post 25, that shit is not cute.
Hello?
It's not cute.
At all.
To be grown as fuck in the club, pressing niggas, and they on a date. You look nuts. And if it gets too far, you might be escorted out.
Hello?
It's not cute. And being escorted out the club ain't nothing pretty. That ain't no shit you want to experience.
You don't want that.
Yeah. Learn to walk away now. And learn to, I don't want to say learn to dog these niggas, but learn to do what these niggas do to you.
Yeah.
You're at the age where dating is not that serious. You said you get niggas. Just learn how to take them little hits.
Like in an unethical way. It's just like, hey, I'm dating you and I'm enjoying your time. But at the same time, I understand that we are not in an exclusive, identifiable relationship. So my options are open, as I'm sure yours are.
And advice, for real. Because one thing I think, we downplay situationships. And when I say we downplay situationships, there's no way you could spend extended amounts of time with someone every single day for multiple months and not develop feelings and some type of care for them. One thing I do, I care about my niggas. I don't give a you, and you're not gonna make me feel bad for it. Yeah, I care about you. I care about your well-being. What the fuck?
Don't feel bad about having feelings for someone. Having feelings for somebody is not bad. Like, I don't know why everybody is so anti having feelings. Oh my gosh, I'm having feelings.
So many feelings.
I'm gonna have feelings. Like, if I like you, it's cool. Like, it doesn't mean that I need to allow those feelings to make me make bad decisions, though.
However, make sure you have multiple niggas so that you are not crossing boundaries based on those feelings. And when you are very good in exercising, because the only way you're gonna get good at this is if you date. Exercising boundaries regardless of your feelings, I promise you your life gets easy. Like Jamila said, dating gets fun because it allows you to fully enjoy every nigga you're with. If I'm able to say here like confidently, of course I care about you. What are we talking about? Every time I sit down with you, I know I'm going to have max amount of fun. And when I'm not with you, if I'm dating around, I know the moment we're not with each other, that shit gets turned off. Compartmentalization is the name of the game. Some people will call this avoidant attachment style. I call it survival.
It's all in the name of the game. You better flourish, you young grasshopper. Flourish.
And make sure you're getting tested every 3 months or after every partner.
Hello?
We're working on sexual
Not
health
just the
initiatives
coochie swab,
right now.
Blood test too.
Yeah.
Coochie swab and blood.
Yeah.
Full workup.
Make
sure you go to your annual. Make sure you get your pap smears. Make sure you check out that pelvic.
Yeah.
It's
you know,
uncomfortable,
Jamila and
but
I
it's
have been doing a lot of sexual health. I don't want to call it, what would be female? Not women's, because you can have women organs and not be a woman.
Female
health. Okay.
Is very important to me. I am obsessed with coochie health. Y'all know this.
If you have a coochie, I'm talking to you.
I am obsessed with coochie health because there's so many things that could go awry.
I mean, honestly, babe, your discharge is just a bit thicker. You could have a yeast infection, and that doesn't come from fucking.
That could happen. You know
that
what I'm
comes
saying?
from. It could be a plethora of things.
It could be your body wash. It could be your panties.
Yeah. Your panties could be too tight and you can get a yeast infection. I feel like, you know, because of sexual stigma, we don't want to touch that because that means you dirty in some way. Bitch, your coochie is fighting for its life. Your discharge looks like fucking froth coffee creamer.
Vaginas are open to the world.
Yeah. You need to really be checking on your good girl.
You must.
And keeping that.
Look, have y'all looked at y'all coochies lately?
Do you look at it in the mirror?
Have you ever seen her? Do you know what she looks like? How would you know if something was different? Take a look. Get a mirror right now. Put it in front of your vagina. Open your labia majora and take a peekaboo. And just stare at her for a moment so you can understand what it looks like.
You might be a little scared at first. You might.
and look at it every week.
Peel back the labia. Because the labia might be covering the vagina. Peel back the clitoris.
You need to be looking in that thing and all
Let
around it.
the
Because again, how
pearl
else
pop
will you know something
through.
changed? You should be looking at your body all the time.
You should be
especially
rubbing your boobies.
women of certain ages. Squeeze
Trying to
those
feel them
boobs.
knots. You need to be massaging in the shower. This is real. This is
And
real.
go all the way to
all
the
in
armpit.
the armpit.
You don't know
They're
that,
not
did
hearing you.
All
They're
to the
not
pit.
hearing you.
You can develop breast cancer in the pit because all of those lymph nodes and things are connected. All up and through. Squeeze your tits. Feel them. There are,
Tia,
look in the mirror
Tamara,
and look.
Mary
Look
Kate
at those
and
nipples.
Ashley,
Is that how
Sir,
those nipples looked 3 days
Rumi,
ago?
BB, and Cece. Is your areola getting bigger? That's something that happens with age. Shout out to all the pepperoni nippled ladies.
Say, my areolas are large.
Solidarity.
Just if anybody... I know some women feel
The
very...
niggas love a pepperoni nipple.
Some ladies feel a little bit of... what is the word? Not discomfort. Maybe a little self-conscious about their large areolas. Don't
Why?
be.
It's sexy.
Big areola gang.
Yeah. Put all that areola in your mouth, nigga. All of it. Open wide. I'm going to need max space.
Just like Cardi B. Cardi B areola always popping out is so relatable. Some shirts for big areola girls don't work for us. I be looking at them skinny mini bathing suits like, well, where's the
hell?
Oh, I can't do that.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Y'all gonna see the pink like maybe They was talking about I had a nip slip and I can see because it was a shadow of my dress. And my mama even texted me like, is this a nip slip? And I was like, no, it's just a shadow. And my mom was like, okay, because I was like, your nipples have never been that dark. Like,
girl, get out my nipples.
First of all, you watch it from a burner page. I'm gonna block you again. Stop.
You know she got to watch, child.
Child.
Well, all right. Let's get into some of these comments and reviews, shall we? We're going to take a break.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. Introducing the all-new, all-terrain Honda Passport Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda Passport Honda has ever dreamt up. The Passport features increased ground clearance, roof rails on all trims, and available specially developed all-terrain tires. And you'll stay comfortable with tri-zone climate control and available features like heated and ventilated front seats and a panoramic moonroof. Learn more at honda.com/passport.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the theme parks of Universal Orlando Resort. With spectacular hotels and more, Universal Orlando offers an entire week of vacation awesome. Visit universalorlando.com.
Now through April 14th at Sephora, everything you love is on sale.
I don't gotta choose, I'll take this and that.
That's right, everything. Save on your beauty faves at Sephora, now through April 14th.
I'll take this and that.
Find brands like Rare Beauty, Youth to the People, Day, Glossier, and more on sale. Shop at Sephora and Sephora at Kohl's today. Limitations apply. Must be a beauty insider. See terms at Sephora.com for complete details.
And we're back. Okay, y'all. You already know what the deal is. Make sure y'all are commenting, engaging with the content so that we can, make sure we know what's going on, what you guys like, what you guys are not liking. And it just really helps us. But also, we just really enjoy reading y'all's feedback. It just makes it better, Okay, so I'm going to read some of the reviews from Spotify. All right, this is from Essie Bookie. The way I screamed when Mecca said, I be having my glasses on, because same. I send artwork, you gonna see me, LOL, and you gonna send me something back, period. Okay, y'all better be requesting back.
Nut video. That's what you need to request.
Coco said, the dementia part should not be as funny as it was, but as someone who has had close family members with it, this is exactly how it is. It's hard being a caregiver sometimes, so you have to just laugh. I hope Peter's doing okay. Child, I've been thinking about Peter nonstop.
We need to find Peter. Peter.
I've been thinking about Peter nonstop, child. Ed HC says, it was a little hard to hear the reading of the spin it in email. But the commentary afterwards was sublime. Yeah, I think my mouth kept moving away from the microphone. I'm sorry, y'all. Keep doing your thing, ladies. Will do. Ed Kaylee said, Mecca talking about Peter and her dad cracked me up. Child, that damn Sacramento came up out of her.
Motherfucking daddy,
I was gonna say, she actually would sound like she was from fucking Oakland. I'm like, damn,
my dad's
bitch.
from the Bay. So
Yeah, I'm like, she pulled out that fucking Oakland ass accent. All right, this is from Kylie Price, 88. I really enjoy y'all's banter. The Meech episode was so good. And regarding the TikTok nonsense, Jamila, fuck them people. Y'all are funny. At Nichelle Stevens said, I just read about the house and then I started listening to your podcast. So happy you two were there to bear the witness to this wonderful event. It was such a great opportunity. I'm so glad we were there as well.
Literally so good. Okay, I will be reading the YouTube comments, and Daniel Nolan 5749 said, I be having my glasses on. I be having my glasses on when I'm fucking too, sometime. But sometimes I take them off. I be able to see. But you know, if you get too much in business, it get foggy. So then you gotta take them off. Ayana H. Gale 9872 said, the way Mecca looked at the camera at 6 minutes and 58 seconds was like her breaking the fourth wall. I'm getting better at looking in the camera like Jamila. I've really been trying. Thank you for noticing. Adrian Marie 02 said, there are so many gems in this episode. I've been in tears this whole time. Definitely the highlight of my week. Oh my God, thank you, girl. And Mizzle 7113 said, I'm only 10 minutes in, enjoying the conversation so far. But Jamila, baby, you got me barking at my phone. You look so fucking good. Woo! Okay, Mill. Bruce Lisa 53 said, love y'all chemistry. I know you guys went to school together, but did you ever have the same classes? I can only imagine how y'all used to cut up. Would we have like one class together?
Did we?
Butler, Jack.
I don't think we had him together though.
Oh, maybe that was with.
No, we both had Butler, but we didn't have him in class together. Nah, we didn't. We never had class together.
I was gonna say if it wasn't that,
but
then we didn't have one.
Similar classes because we had similar majors,
similar track, but we didn't have the same schedule. Does that make sense? So we both had Jack 101, which is a scripts thing. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent.
Please.
Kiera Brabham 819 said, this episode had me weak. Mecca, you brave for the face in the photos. Let me click this.
Ain't she though?
Child, I don't give a damn.
I be trying to tell y'all.
I'm like Jamila.
At this point, if y'all don't realize that Mecca is crazy, I don't know. Like every week she drops another nugget to let you know the type of brand of crazy that this bitch is. Like
I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I don't give a fuck if you see in my news talk to y'all like I'm like Jamila. No face, no case. I'm also glad to hear the whole it's not Christ-like to kick your kids out for who they are and love. Folks want to be holier than thou, but really live in hypocrisy. I know that's right. Mm-hmm. And then Yada 333 said, I love when y'all in the same place to film. This might be my favorite episode to date. Mecca talking about her dad and family sends me because I'm from California too, and it sounds just like my people. I knew you was from California from the fact that your name is Yada. Free Yada.
Period.
All right. Do we have any church announcements?
Yes, I do have an event this Saturday. If you are located in Atlanta and you are a creative, or even if you're not a creative, it'll be a dope event. I'm hosting a listening party for my artist, Audie. And if you guys know Audie, you do because she writes and recorded our theme song to the podcast. But she is dropping her EP finally. And so we are having a listening event this Saturday, April 12th on Peter Street. So if you are familiar with Atlanta, you know exactly where Peter Street is. It's going to be on 333 Peter Street at Peter Street Station. We are actually collaborating with Poetry on Peter. So it's super, super dope. I can't wait to do that. And you guys are going to hear some amazing, amazing music. And it's going to be a good collaborative event. Also networking. So we're inviting everybody who's in the music industry and things like that. So it'll be a great time for y'all to connect. And yeah, so pull up.
Also, if you are in Denair, California, which is by like Turlock, Modesto area, my cousin's actually opening up a restaurant. The grand opening is on the 11th, which is this upcoming Friday. It's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. He has like a food truck, curbside eatery, but now they have, expanded, doing big things, So
what kind of food?
like soul food, like he does
Good old
hibachi,
black
hibachi. You know how black people have to nigga some shit up, hibachi, garlic.
Mhm.
You know the good shit, a lot of seafood, a lot of like he does different thing on different days. But like I said, he had a really successful food truck, and now they have their restaurant space. So it is at 4332 Main Street, Denair, California, and that zip code is 95316. And so yeah. Curbside Eatery and Things is the name of the restaurant. So definitely go out, support him if you're in the area. I think Darrington's going to go.
Family,
I was going to say, my whole family is actually going to be there if you end up going. So you will meet my peoples. I think my brother is definitely going to go. You will be able to see the people crazier than me.
Other than that, I don't think we have any other announcements this week. Maybe we'll have some next week.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are dropping another Insecure Rewatch Patreon episode. We rewatched it. We just haven't, recorded it. Mm-hmm. So that might be a bigger episode because it's going to be more episodes included. Don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon. It's $3 and it's in both me and Jamila's bios.
Yes. Love you guys. Talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Unhinged and Immoral is hosted by Jamila Bell and Mecca.
Produced by Melisa D. Monts and Diamond MPrint Productions.
Post-production by Coco, Llorens.
Production assistant by Melanie D. Watson.
Music by Audie and Brooklyn Billionaires.
And graphics by Claudia, Choi.